Okay, so this is video 2 of your vocabulary. We're going to start off with accuracy. That should be the next word. Accuracy is the quality or state of being correct or precise. The quality or state of being correct or precise. Adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone produced by the adrenal gland. It is a small gland located in the brain. It presents in a stressful situation. Adrenaline plays a part of the fight, flight, or fight response. So you're either going to fight or you're going to flee, meaning you're scared and you're going to get away. The ability to feel pain is, that should say is, not in, is decreased with the release of adrenaline, and the effects can last for hours. A good example would be if you are in a motor vehicle accident and you don't feel any pain initially after the accident, but a day later or hours later, you may start to feel the residual effects of the accident. You may have a headache, neck pain, back pain, because at the time of the incident, it was a stressful situation. The adrenaline released into your body, and so therefore it decreased the effects of pain, and that's why you didn't feel it or wouldn't feel it immediately. Asepsis is the absence of bacteria or any microorganisms. Apathy, lack of interest or concern. Debilitating is a disease or condition that creates weakness. Cancer is debilitating. Endotracheal, it's describing a device. So endotracheal intubation is a medical procedure in which a tube is placed into the windpipe, also known as the trachea, through the mouth or nose. In most emergency situations, it is placed through the mouth. This procedure is used to inflate a collapsed lung or suction fluids for a patient that is intubated for long periods of time. Here is a picture which depicts an endotracheal tube. It is placed in the mouth, behind the tongue, and through the trachea. Enteric is relating to occurring in the intestines. Equilibrium is a state of balance. Inflammation It is characterized as a localized physical condition that can occur from injury or infection. Pain, redness, hot to touch, swelling, and tenderness may be present. Two examples. One from an injury would be from a sprained ankle. Generally, it is painful. It may be hot to touch, and almost always it swells. A second infection, we've watched a video on an abscess before that has shown tenderness, pain, and redness around the area. Frequency, the rate at which something occurs or is repeated over a period of time. In the medical field, that can mean the duration of medication, how often it's dispensed. It can also refer to an individual in rehab. How many times is a exercise repeated? Hint, hint, quiz question. Something we talked about in body mechanics. Again, the definition is the rate at which something occurs or is repeated over a period of time. Okay, now we're getting into your abbreviations. So GB is gallbladder. It stores and secretes bile. It's located under the liver. So here's your liver. Here's your gallbladder. And bile assists with breaking down fat. Some individuals suffer from what's called gallstones. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Gallstones, and the gallbladder has to be removed. Can you live without a gallbladder? Yes, but you have to, or the individual who has experienced the surgery has to then modify their diet because they do not have the bile that will break down fatty foods. MN is midnight. MO is month. MR is mental retardation. FU or F/U is follow up. In the doctor's notes, generally they'll put patient will follow up after procedure, after recommended recovery. But in the record, you will not see follow up. You will see F/U. FX is a fracture. We did talk about fractures in CERT. The medical abbreviation for fracture is FX. MRI. MRI is a magnetic resonance imaging. It is considered the gold standard of imaging. It is an image test that uses powerful magnets and radio waves to create pictures of the body. It does not use radiation such as X-rays do. A single MRI images are called slices. The images can be stored on a computer or printed on film. One exam produces dozens or sometimes hundreds of images. Individuals who have had surgery and metal has been implanted, they cannot take an MRI because the MRI uses a magnet. Individuals who need further imaging have to use what's called a CT or a CAT scan, but by no means someone that has a metal plate, metal rod, metal anything is allowed to take an MRI. MS stands for multiple sclerosis. It is a debilitating disease that affects the brain and spinal cord. It affects the protective sheath, the myelin of a nerve, which does not allow proper nerve transmission. So here, our nerves are covered with what's called a myelin sheath. The myelin sheath is destroyed. Therefore, the transmission in which a synapse goes across each nerve is not able to be completed because the myelin has been destroyed, as you can see here. And these are some conditions that can be affected with MS: numbness, tingling, cognitive dysfunction, depression, dizziness, vision problems, and the list goes on. People can live with this disease. Myelo means bone marrow. Neuro is neurology or study of the nervous system. Nasogastric tube, or NG, which is what was your abbreviation. NG is nasogastric tube. Please don't joke and put no grade on your quiz because that will be a 0. The nasogastric tube, hence the name, it goes in the nose through the stomach. And this is a common form of tube that's used on premature babies in order for them to eat. It can be used on an adult. Nuc Med is nuclear medicine. It is a branch of medical imaging that uses small amounts of radioactive material to diagnose and determine the severity of or treat a variety of diseases, including many types of cancers, heart disease, gastrointestinal, endocrine, neurological disorders, and other abnormalities within the body. This is far more extensive than an X-ray, MRI, or CT because radioactive materials are being used. N/S or N.S. is normal saline. Saline is comparable to the fluid in your body. It's used to hydrate you during or before surgery, before a anesthetic procedure, such as an epidural. ECG or EKG is an electrocardiogram, and it is the recording rhythm of the heart. The picture to the right is a normal waveform, and how the waves are recorded are by P, QRS, T waves. So P wave is the first, QRS is one complex, and the T wave is the last. If these are not within normal ranges, it is denoted and the patient will follow up with their cardiologist. E. coli, Escherichia coli is generally found in beef. That's why it's important that beef is cooked all the way through. There was a really big concern about beef in the early 2000s and the cleanliness of it. It's not talked about as much, but again, you should cook beef thoroughly because it's not something that you want. Okay, those are all of your words. I hope that this helps you guys. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me and I will do my best to get to you as soon as I can. These videos will be posted on Classroom after lecture today or by the end of today. And you guys have a good weekend.